Hey, welcome in everybody. In this video, I wanted to, as we're learning Revit, normally we would create this set of working drawings in AutoCAD, but I wanted to be different this time. So let's create this set of working drawings, or we'll attempt to, in Revit. So in order to do this, we're going to start with the floor plan. And what I want to do is go up to where you see models, click on New, and I want to go to Browse and look for, what can we do? We're going to use the residential default template here. And click Open. Make sure you want to create new project. I'm going to click OK. Now you might notice that I have my properties and my project browser on different sides of the screen, just because I like to have kind of like the full view on each side. So, but yours might be kind of lumped together on one side. And also what I've seen a lot is students sometimes, like if I want more drawing space, like I don't need this properties thing, I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of my project browser. Now I got more drawing space, but you really, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's pretty next to impossible to kind of use Revit without those boxes open. So if for any reason you accidentally delete them or they come up missing, like how do I get them back? What you want to do is go up to the View tab and you're going to click over on User Interface. So I need my project browser. I'm going to check that box. I'm going to click User Interface again. Click your properties. So that pops back. So yeah, anytime you ever kind of lose those or accidentally delete them, that's how to get them back, and that's going to happen a time or two. But anyway, without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my levels, setting my levels in my project. So to do that, if I go to any of these elevations here, usually I double click on the south elevation, and that takes me to my kind of like a side view. So I don't need the bottom of footing, top of footing, basement. I don't need those, so I'm just going to kind of left click and drag. Press delete on my keyboard. Yes, this warning comes up. I'm going to hit OK. Second floor, I don't need that because our house only has one floor. So I'm going to click that, delete it, hit OK. My roof is on fire. No, I hope it's not on fire. Anyway, I'm going to double left click real slow on the dimension or the number here. Double left click slow, and then I'm going to change this to 9 because my roof is going to be at 9 foot. I'm going to zoom out. You can kind of see it moved our roof line down. So we have a foundation. We might delete that later. Not sure yet, but leave it just for now. Our first floor is at 0 feet 0 inches. Our roof is at 9 foot 0 inches, so we're good to go there. Now I can go back to my first floor. And I'm going to start putting in my walls. So I just went to first floor of the tab here. I'm going to go to architecture, click on wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the height of my wall. And you can also do it down here. So my top constraint is unconnected. I want to change this from unconnected to, I want my walls to go up to the roof line. So I'm going to select up to roof. And then for my wall line location here, I don't want it to be wall center line. I'm going to change this to wall, I'm going to change it to finished face exterior. Make sure chain is selected. So that'll let us draw continuous walls instead of having to do them one at a time. And then we're good to go. So what you could do is I'm going to just click on the line tool up here in the draw panel. Click the line. I'm going to, my wall is set to basic wall, generic 6 inches. And that's what I want to use to create my exterior walls. So I'm clicking on the line. I'm going to click on like in the top left corner somewhere. So make sure you draw your house or your walls within these 4 kind of elevation views markers. So over here, I'm going to go to the right. I'm going to type in 26. Press the enter key. I want to go straight down. That's going to be 32. Press the enter key. I don't have to worry about feet or inches because if I just type in a number, Revit knows I mean feet. Now if I wanted inches, I would have to type in the inch symbol. But for feet, I'm just gonna type in 32, go to the left. I'm gonna go 26, and then back up. That's gonna be 32. Press enter. And then hit, to get out of your command, you can hit the escape key a couple of times. The easiest thing to do is just click on the modify arrow thingy up here at the top left, and that'll cancel you out of your current command. Okay, now notice my walls are they're not kind of centered in these elevation tags. So you could do a couple of things, but I'm just gonna kind of left click, hold and drag a window around these walls to select them, and just left click again on a wall and just kind of, you can drag these around. I'm just kind of basically eyeball center these walls here, somewhere like that. Again, hit the modify to get out of that command. So now our walls are kind of centered in our elevation tags. So now what I want to start to do is put in my interior wall. So I'm gonna have a 6-inch plumbing wall. So I'm gonna go to wall here. Since I'm already using the 6-inch generic wall, I'm gonna use, should I use that? Let me take a look and see what our choices are. So if you don't want to use that wall, you can click the little arrow and you get some other choices. So yeah, let me go ahead. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the basic wall generic. I'm gonna zoom in here in this kind of top left corner area. So I'm just gonna kind of randomly just kind of left click on the wall over here and kind of drag it across to the right. So I want that to be, I'm not sure just yet. So I'm just gonna kind of basically just draw a little short wall over here. Again, click the modify. So now if I click on this wall, now you see these temporary dimensions pop up. So I want this wall to be 5 feet from the back face of this. So notice that my temporary dimension is dimensioning to the middle of this wall. So I'm gonna left click this dot, and now it's on the other side of the face that I don't want. I'm gonna click it again, and notice it moves to the side that I want. And then I want the opposite face of this, so I'm gonna click the dot. So now that's what I wanna measure. So if I wanna move this wall to where it's 5 feet, I can just click my temporary dimension here, type in 5, and notice it moves my wall kind of where I want it to be. So I have that, and then I'm gonna click this wall again. I want to click this dot because I want to dimension this from, sometimes it's not gonna let me. So, but for now, I'm just gonna, it doesn't click on the side that I want. I'm going to change this to probably right now 3 feet 2 inches. So notice you could type in 3 space 2, and that's the same thing as 3 foot 2 inches. So I can leave that for now. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start putting in the other interior walls, but they're not gonna be 6 inches. So I'm gonna go up to the wall, and then for my properties, I'm gonna click on the little arrow over here. I wanna change this to interior 4.5 inch partition. So now I have little skinnier walls. And then I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit. I wanna draw a wall basically kind of in the middle from one side to the other, straight across. Make sure you get it straight across. You don't want it to be angled or anything like that, so it's straight across. Right click, hit OK or cancel. I'm gonna right click, hit cancel again. So I'm gonna click this wall. So to get it to where I want it to be, I want this wall to be 14 feet 2. So I'm gonna click this dot to make sure it's on the outside face. I'm gonna click this dot, let me zoom in. I want it to be on that outside face. So now I'm gonna change my dimension here to 14 space 2 inches. And so it moves my wall where I need it to be. I also want to point out something that it used to frustrate me for a couple of years until I figured it out. Like I would get a wall exactly where I want it, and I'd go to fix another one, and it would mess up the one I already had in place. And I would just play this back and forth kind of game with it. So just know whenever you want to, if you're changing a dimension on something, the wall that you have selected is the wall that's going to move when you go to change your dimensions here. So let's say I have this wall selected, it turns blue. If I change the dimension on this, let's say to 18 feet, so that wall is the one that's going to move, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. And the reason I say that is because, let me undo this. Like if I wanted this to be 18 feet here and I click on it and it's not, if I were to click on this wall, right, and let me move this down here. Let's say I wanted this to be 18 foot, but I don't want this wall to move. I'm thinking, okay, if I change this wall is going to move down, but I don't have it selected. So when I change this to 18 feet, this wall is going to stay put and this wall is going to move. See, so I used to play that game and like, man, it just, I didn't really like Revit at first because I couldn't figure that out, but just notice that the wall that you have selected is the one that's going to move when you change your dimensions here. So yeah, just keep that in mind. That'll save you some frustration for sure. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to add another wall. Still the same wall type here. I'm just going to draw a wall from this top down to the bottom. Kind of split this in half a little bit. Not really in half, but into two kind of sections here. Cancel that out. Let me hit the modify. In AutoCAD, I'm used to hitting escape about 2,000 or 3,000, 4,000 times to get out of a command, but here I just got to keep remembering to hit the modify. So anyway, so this wall, I want to select this wall, and I want this wall to be 12 foot 10 from this wall. So again, I'm going to click this little dot to move it over to the outside face. I want to measure this wall from the inside face of here. So right now it's measuring to the center. I don't want that, so let me click this dot. Keep clicking it until it goes to the side that you want, so we're good there. Now I'm going to change this dimension to 12 foot 10 inches. We're good there. So this is going to be our bedroom here. Our bathroom area is kind of over here with a little laundry hallway here. So now what I want to do is I'm going to draw another wall from, let's say from here over to here. Right click, hit cancel. Right click, cancel again. And that wall, from this wall, I'm going to click it. I want to change this to that side. Change this to the other side there. This is going to be 4 foot 2 from the outside face of this wall to the outside face of that. It's 4 foot 2. Hit the modify to get out of that. Okay, now I'm going to add another wall. Say from here straight up. Right click. No, I don't want to right click. Let me hit modify. I don't want to. It's easier to do that once and right click twice. So this is going to be our closet area. So what I want to do is select this wall, and I want to change this where it's measuring from the outside face there to the outside face here. That dimension is going to be 4 foot 8. So there's that. There's going to be a little wall here over. It's our linen closet. Modify. And then that from here, it never seems to put it where you want it. I'm going to go to the outside again to this inside face here. And that's going to be 7 foot 8. Hit the modify there to get out of that. So there we go. We got our linen closet for our bathroom area. This is our walk-in closet for our bedroom. What else do we need? We have a little mechanical chase here. So I'll put another wall here. I'm just going to draw a wall from here straight over a little bit, straight down. Hit the modify. Now this dimension is going to be, when I click this little wall here, so from the inside face of this to the outside, That's going to be 2 feet. And then let me click this top of this wall here. So from the inside face of this to the outside of that, almost got that right. That's going to be 2'8". So that's going to be our little mechanical chase area. We're going to have a shower here, a bathtub. Our door is going to go here. I think that's all of our walls that we're going to have. So I know we don't have any dimensions on them. We don't have our doors and windows cut out. But if you can get to this part right here for now, you're doing good. Let's see what we got in 3D. So if I click on the little house at the top here, you can see that some of our walls are not up to the outside walls. So I think when we created the interior walls, we didn't specify the height. So what we could do is you could select the interior walls here. That's a good teaching point though, in case you forget like I did. So that one's good. So all these interior walls, I selected them, just left click, hold down the control key, and over here where it says top constraint is unconnected, I'm going to change this to roof, and just kind of move your mouse over into the middle of the screen and it'll raise those up. So now all of our walls are to our roof level. And then go back to my first floor, save this right here, save it as your working drawing, floor plan, or whatever you want to name it. And then we'll continue on adding the doors and windows next. But if you can get to here for right now, you're doing good. All right, peace out.